What is up, agency? Today we are discussing Hisuian Pokemon and how they will absolutely change competitive Scarlet and Violet forever. So I did a video about 2 months ago about the Hisuian Pokemon. I was ranking them on how good they'd be, comparing them to similar type Pokemon, you know, that sort of thing. And that was back in the Generation 8 metagame. It was a very fun vid to do. It got us all super hype for the incoming Pokemon. I'm talking, you know, Head Smash Hisuian Arcanine, Cleaver with its move Stone Axe that gets up the rocks, Hisuian Zoroark, which is a completely new typing. All this stuff got me mad hype. However, folks, Generation 9 did come out right after, and I realized the Pokemon that I had ranked very high, such as fighting Lilligant. See, in my eyes, Lilligant was supposed to Victory Dance and then destroy Zapdos, Tornadus, and other annoying Pokemon with Ice Spinner. Now fast forward to Generation 9, there is no Zapdos and Tornadus. Instead, it's just Golden Joseph who took over the entire metagame. So this led me to realize that the power rankings must be revised immediately. Unfortunately, Generation 9 does not have the Hisuian Pokemon immediately though. It's going to come out in Pokemon Home. Pokemon Home can come out as early as January or later on in the spring, but either way, we're here to do the video, folks. It's going to be a great video to do. It's going to prepare us all competitively for the release of all these new Pokemon, and the agency can start putting together some fire sets and teams so that when Home does come out, we run the metagame. And that being said, let's just get right into it. But before I go any further, folks, of course, the Legends Fall Winter 2022 collection is live. We have been here for a week now, so thank you all so much for the massive support. Our first week is in the books. We're very happy to see that. Thanks to everybody who copped themselves something nice. And if you haven't yet, let me tell you, you only have 2 weeks left until January 6th, 2023 to get your orders in. So again, thank you all so much for the support. We love you guys. Go check this out if you haven't already. We put a lot of time and work into this. It's our favorite collection yet. And we'd love you all to be able to take something to home because after this drop leaves, in 2 weeks, it ain't never coming back. So go get yourself something nice, the polar bear crew neck, the shark crew, whatever you like, and let's get back to the video. Alright folks, with that intro behind us, let's get right into the video. So, we can just jump right into it. I got my trusty Showdown team builder right here. I got the usage statistics as well. You can see Golden Joe is up here with 31% usage. Truly heinous, but I do need the usage stats so we can compare some of these Pokemon and see, you know, how good would the Hisuians be. Got the damage calculator as well, just in case I do need to look something up. And then the thing I'm most excited to let y'all know is that I will not be having to tab back and forth to the Smogon viability rankings. You know, here at the agency, graphic design is a passion. So I went into the Photoshop myself. I took screenshots of the viability rankings. I combined them into one picture and then added it to my source in my recording software. So now when we do talk about these Pokemon, I'll just be able to, you know, flicker like this and we'll be able to talk about it. I am ignoring some of the Pokemon below A- rank, but I need you to understand something. If the Hisuian Pokemon we're talking about today cannot beat the Pokemon that you see right here on your screen, they don't need to worry about Pokemon worse than these because that boy's not going to be OU anyways, all right? Understand that. So these are the Pokemon that we're going to be looking at when we talk about the Hisuian Pokemons at hand. So, all that being said, let's start off with the first big boss, Hisuian Arcanine. Yes, sir. Now, I'm a big fan of this Pokemon. We've all been waiting on him. The one thing that everybody was excited about was Head Smash, Head Smash, Head Smash. And then we didn't know the abilities, and we were like, no, why would they do Head Smash without Rock Head? But see, they were cooking at Game Freak. They knew they were going to troll us because Game Freak is very good trolls, right? They love to troll. They did it amazingly with Tapu Koko when it was supposed to have Wild Charge, Close Combat, U-Turn, Play Rough as its #1 set, and then there was no Play Rough, I fear. Anyways, I digress. Arcanine, they did him well. They gave it Rock Head. They gave it Head Smash. It still has access to its other stab move, being Flare Blitz, which is amazing and affected by Rock Head. Still has Extreme Speed, Close Combat. This guy's move pool is great, and that's just the best moves. It still has access to stuff like, oh, not Play Rough, but it does have Wild Charge. I did think Play Rough would be a nice option just because you're able to hit Tinglu and Garchomp and Tusk with one move, but not having Play Rough is actually a little bit annoying because I think that would have been a really good mid-ground move. Regardless, I do think Arcanine Hisuian is going to be one of the best Pokemon in the metagame. We look at the stats are solid, right? He has well into the 500s in terms of base stat total. The bulk is good, 95, 80, 80 gets the job done. Fire Rock is not exactly good defensive typing. We're not going to sugarcoat it, all right? This typing is not good defensively. 4x weak to ground, 4x weak to water, weak to fighting. It's, this typing is very bad defensively. However, you're going to just need to get as much damage off as you can with this Pokemon, and that's basically going to be the way to do it. Defensively, you should not run this as a defensive Pokemon with Intimidate. If you want to run some Will-O-Wisp, Morning Sun shit, you need to just run the original Arcanine. This one will not do it well. So, I believe that the best set for this guy is going to be either Heavy Duty Boots with 3-attack Morning Sun, which I think can be really, really good. You might as well just go Adamant at that point, but I do think Jolly does have some merit. Why does it have merit? Folks, who is faster if you go Adamant? I'm going to tell you right now who's faster. It's this clown, Golden Joe. You gotta be afraid of Golden Joe, and for that reason, I think Jolly might be good. It just sucks not being able to use Adamant because you lose so many points, especially if you go with Choice Band. I think if you go Boost, you can go Jolly, but if you go Banded, just go with Adamant. This is extremely strong, right? I don't really have to tell you guys how strong Head Smash is. You guys have seen it throughout the generations on random-ass Pokemon like Archeops and what's it called, Rampardos. It's always given to mediocre Pokemon, right? That is how they balance Head Smash. But now, well, I guess Aegislash is the only one, but now we have Arcanine Hisuian with the Rockhead Head Smash. To give you an example of how strong this is. Head Smash from Arcanine Hisui, 2-hit KOs, max HP, max defense, impish Dondozo. Yes, Dondozo, the Mon that, you know, is unable to be, the Mon that takes 25% from Great Tusk close combat. Yes, I'm not lying, and I'm going to throw the calc up as well. This Dondozo, yes, you're looking at your screen correctly. 504 HP, 361 defense. So don't even talk about Pex. Don't talk about Landorus T. Don't talk about any of those random mons that could become defensive, you know, juggernauts down the line. It doesn't matter. Arcanine is not wallable. I do think that the biggest issues for Arcanine, though, bros, is that it is weak to Great Tusk. I do think that is really, really, really annoying. We look at the mons and we see who we can deal with. Well, if we look at S rank, defensively, this guy's not really able to switch into much. I told you, Fire Rock typing is truly a contender for one of the worst defensive typings ever. I love my boy Colossal, all right? I'm not hating. But this is just, it is tough. Defensively, this is not good in a current metagame. That's just the truth, right? So we look at the top S rank mons. Golden Go cannot KO you with anything besides Focus Blast, and you're faster than it if you're Jolly, so they gotta be Scarf. Also, it can't switch into shit, so as far as Golden Go goes, Arcanine's a pretty good check. Chi-Yu is going to explode like with Dark Pulse and just one hit KO you, but it has to be specs to do that. Also, E-Speed will fry Chi-Yu, so Chi-Yu isn't exactly like a super win against Arcanine, so Arcanine's decent versus that. Pult's going to OHKO this shit with specs Draco or Hydro, I think. Either one it wants to go for. Draco, this actually might live just because Arcanine's defense is really good, but I'm not totally certain. Either way, Pult is one of those mons not that you switch in on. You just catch it with a Head Smash if you got lucky enough, but Great Tusk is really the one that I was like, damn, this is annoying. So if you run Jolly, you're able to outspeed Jolly Great Tusk. However, again, fucking going Jolly means you lose so many attacking points, which really, really sucks. I'm actually having some trouble, I think, realizing which ability I want to go with. My gut says go with Adamant almost always, and the reason being is because when it comes down to it, I think you're always going to want power in a situation over speed. Yes, there are some games where it's like, fuck, I wish I was Jolly, but the way I play Pokemon, and I think the way that you should strive to play Pokemon, is you should be making more plays, giving yourself more chances to attack and that sort of thing. That way, when you do get hacks in your favor, you know, you crit a move, you burn, whatever, it's not, you don't have to feel as guilty about it, because if you played a game where you attacked 2 or 3 times as much as your opponent because you outplayed and positioned yourself that way, no shit, you're gonna hacks more. That's just how Mons is. So that, you know, that's how I feel about the thing. But yeah, so that's why I like Adamant over Jolly a lot of the time, because I feel like you can just position yourself to bring Arcanine in more, get off more attacks, and because you do have that Adamant nature, that might end up paying off more than possibly having Jolly. So talking a lot about Arcanine, but this Mon is just going to be really good. I really cannot wait for this thing's debut in the tier. Defensively, nobody beats this guy. We look down to A+ rank, and again, we have a lot of Mons that really just trade rather than are able to handle Arcanine straight off the bat. Now, I've thought about different Terra types because Fire Rock is just such a garbage typing, right? Defensively, this is the worst typing of all time. I really do not think that Arcanine needs to power up its Head Smash or Flare Blitz any more than it already is. These two moves are so fucking strong. You can go with Terra Rock or Terra Fire. Neither are bad, right? We already see Terra Fire on Chi-Yu, shit like that, and it works out great. Iron Moth as well, occasionally. So you could go with Terra Fire for your Flare Blitz, make it a lot more spammable. It is 100% accurate, which Head Smash is not. You can do Terra Rock for that. The only reason I am not so excited about Terra Rock is because being a pure rock type is not a good defensive typing, again, like I said. But I don't know. We'll see. This guy does have a little bit of competition from Chi-Yu, regardless of the fact that it's a physical attacker, because Chi-Yu's speed is better, and, you know, Chi-Yu has easier, more reliable moves to spam than Flare Blitz and Head Smash. But again, this is a one-of-a-kind Pokemon now. That is something I can say confidently about Arcanine. This is a one-of-a-kind Pokemon. Head Smash will change this thing up. He got to glow up. He will turn up in OU. Like, I'm ready for this Mon's debut. And with that being said, let's hop on over to the next Pokemon. So, Avalugg. This guy's design is very interesting. You know, you got these sharp shits coming out of his cheeks. Be careful. Don't go outside. We look at his stats, right? And these stats, holy shizay. These are something. We got the epic 34, 36, 38 split on the special attack, SpDef, and speed. Ungodly garbage. Defense is automatically, amazing. That is the avalugg selling point, right? You're supposed to just have this massive defense stat. If we compare this guy to the old avalugg had more SpDef, less speed, and less attack. Interesting. So taking this guy's SpDef is actually terrible because it was already garbage to begin with. I'm trying to understand what defensive utility avalugg Hisui will have. Ice Rock, let me tell you something about Ice Rock. This typing is garbage. We've only seen this typing before, I believe, on the boy, aka Aurorus. And this guy, he was a fun Pokemon because he had access to Snow Warning. And I say fun with a lot of affection. I don't mean fun as in he was putting up LeBron James numbers, alright? He wasn't putting up no type of numbers. He was on the bench. So, I'm telling you, Aurorus wasn't very good, back in his prime. We will see if avalugg Hisui can do the same thing. Strong Jaw or Sturdy. So, I do like Strong Jaw. 1.5x to all them attacks. I do like that. Let's look at the physical attacks. Let's see what he has. We sort by power because that's what we on. He has Heavy Slam, which is pretty solid considering how big it is. It's got to have Rapid Spin. It's got this new move, Mountain Gale. So this has to be the funniest move that they could give to this Pokemon, folks. Mountain Gale is 100 base power, 30% chance to make the target flinch. My brother has 38 speed. Who are you flinching? All right, maybe if I really go full crazy, I go Jolly and I put the scarf on him, turn him into a machine gun. But I'm telling you, that's not going to work. It's really not going to work. So Mountain Gale is a hilarious move. It's like Icicle Crash with a little bit more, zest. But that move is not going to fly. I'm gonna tell you right now, the streets are not fucking with Mountain Gale. It's not gonna work. Let's keep looking. I mean, it has Ice Spinner, Crunch for Strong Jaw, which is cool. But bro, I think this mon is inferior to regular avalugg. Regular avalugg having the boost in SpDef plus not having this random rock weakness for no reason is huge. Oh yeah, you gotta recover on this shit. This shit's ass. I'm not sugarcoating it, guys. This thing's ass, unfortunately. I like avalugg. I've used it many times. This one is not good. This one's better. There's no way Ice Rock can do you more of a solid than pure Ice. Ice in general will always be a bad defensive typing, but this is haram. You cannot have Ice Rock with no rock move to take advantage of it, and this epic troll Mountain Gale where you flinch Pokemon, but you can only flinch Pokemon probably 40 levels under you given your speed stat. Goodbye, avalugg. We love you, but you are not. Hold on, I gotta put Arcanine back in here. So actually, no, forget him. It's over for him. It's clipped for him. All right, let me go back. Who do we have next on the list? Braviary. Shimon. I'm a big fan of the bird. You guys know I'm a big fan of the bird. Design is beautiful. They decided to go with a special attacking variant with this guy, right? So the old Braviary we saw, I mean, that guy used to have what, 125 base attack, something super strong. 123, close enough. The rest of the stats were very bad. I always do remember this about Braviary. Defense, SpDef were bad. HP was good. Speed was mediocre. Abilities were cool, though. Sheer Force, Defiant, and he had strong as fuck moves. He had Brave Bird. He did have U-Turn. He had Close Combat. I think he had Superpower back when, in Gen 5 when I played. But, yeah, this guy has good moves. He has Bulk Up. He has Roost still. All right? Let me see what Braviary Hisui has. You got Roost? Oh! So anyways, this guy is now the special attacker version. If you look at this thing's stats, you might be scratching your head because it's like, dude, I thought you told me Braviary had bad defenses. What's going on with this guy? Well, this guy got a little bump to his HP and the defenses went in the toilet. The special attack is nothing crazy and the speed is fucking terrible compared to 80. So Hisuian Braviary at Game Freak HQ, they were like, yeah, they want a cool psychic flying type. This ain't gonna be no Lugia though. I'm gonna show them this is Lugia at home, and they really did give us Lugia at home. So we're gonna look at the abilities. We got Sheer Force and we got Tinted Lens. Forget Kenai. Sheer Force and Tinted Lens are two of the best abilities in Pokemon history, especially for these special attackers that love these moves. I mean, these abilities for their moves. So, dual typing Psychic Flying. Sure off the bat, bro got Hurricane, and he has another move called Esper Wing. This is the move, right? This is a signature move. You see this, high critical hit ratio raises the user's speed by 1. So every time you use this move, not only do you do 80 base power damage, it has a high crit chance, and it will raise your speed by 1. So that's an incredible way to get rid of this dog shit speed stat of base 65. You can just click Esper Wing and continue to boost your speed over and over and over again. The alternative Psychic move stab would just be Psychic. And while Psychic is boosted by Sheer Force if you want to go with that set, I do think that because Esper Wing gives you +1 speed, it is just superior, and Tinted Lens might be better as a result. With Tinted Lens, I don't think Hurricane and Esper Wing are really able to be tanked by much. Tinted Lens means even your resisted moves are now neutral. Flying type offensively is really good. It doesn't have too many resists, so I'm actually very excited to use this set. Hurricane is shit, don't get it twisted, but as for the last couple moves, I mean, I thought, hey, you could run Heat Wave, you could run, does he get Focus Blast? Oh, no, he doesn't get Focus Blast. I was thinking, you know, you could run Heat Wave, and that kind of thing, but what's the point of really running Heat Wave if your Hurricane and Esper Wing don't care about resistances anyway due to Tinted Lens? Like, you really don't need to. Like, we look at the special moves here, and you really don't need to run anything with the exception of maybe Terra Blast if you're going with something really crazy, but I think Tinted Lens is going to be the premier set on Braviary. I do like Sheer Force. Hitting Hurricane off a Sheer Force boost will be really crazy, but in general, why would you not want Tinted Lens? Tinted Lens forgoes all prediction necessary. You just click your stabs. You never even have to use your brain for 1 second. Just click your stab because it's at worst neutral, right? And at best is super effective, so you might as well. I think the last two moves are likely going to be Calm Mind or Roost. The dude has agility too, so I think he has agility. He has agility, so you can do some shit like this. We don't even need agility. What am I saying? He has Esper Wing to boost his speed. That's why I want to run this set really badly. I want to run some shit like this. I don't know. Obviously, I haven't figured out the EVs or nothing, right? But I do want to go max HP because this guy's HP is very, very high. And then, yeah, I mean, you would just Hurricane, Esper Wing, Leftovers, Calm Mind, like all this stuff. It just turns this thing into a very nasty tank, right? This is what Articuno, the Galarian version, wishes he was doing with that Freezing Glare move. You Calm Mind up, you Esper Wing to get some speed boost so you're faster, and then with the unresisted Tinted Lens coverage, you just smoke everybody. So, in theory, that is how it would work. That would make me very happy. Let's compare Bro to some of the Pokemon. So, Joe beats it, Chiyu beats it, Pult beats it, and you beat Tusk if Tusk doesn't hit you with a knockoff. So, we're not going to act like the S-rank Pokemon do not totally bone this thing. However, Braviary, he can put up some numbers. I think this is going to be a great Mon behind screens. This is going to be a spot throw level cheese behind screens. So get ready. Get ready for this guy. He's gonna turn up. Typing wise, I got to admit he's weak to a lot of shit. Slower than Annihilate, Chien, all this stuff getting fucked up by Rage Fist and whatnot means that he will solidly find his place probably in lower tiers, but don't count this guy out. We'll see it in OU. I'm almost certain we'll see it in OU. So yeah, I think it'll just be a cheese pick. Like that's I'm really confident this will be like a dual screens, like cheese type Pokemon. But that being said, let's keep it pushing. We got a lot more to go. Decidueye. I actually just combined Decidueye and Hisuian into Decidueye. So we have my boy Decidueye here. He's got an amazing design, right? Grass fighting. We've seen grass fighting many times with Breloom, Chestnut, and all that shit. This month's stats, they're not too bad, right? 112 attack. It might seem a little mediocre in today's metagame, but it'll get the job done just because his moves are pretty decent. His defenses are very, very good. 88 HP, 80 defense, and 95. Now you might be thinking, dude, you just told us 180 isn't good. Listen to me. Listen to me. This Mon, something about grass fighting, like typing in this metagame defensively, he's hard to kill. Trust me, he's hard to kill. I really cannot explain it until you go up against the Decidueye yourself. This thing is hard to 1-hit KO, trust me. Anyways, with max attack, Jolly, we hit 323, which is very bad. With Adamant, we hit 355. You might as well go Adamant because they made this thing slow as shit. See, this is back when Mons, they were still in their era, or Game Freak, of making all Pokemon slow as shit for no reason. I don't know if it was Gen 7 they did that, but yeah, all the Pokemon were like, average speed was like Snorlax. It really made no sense. Now, this generation and last generation, they were like, my bad, and they introduced Regieleki and other demons like that, but I digress. So we look at the power of the attacks. I like to just sort by physical first, since this is going to be a physical attacker. Then we go by power to see, what moves are mandatory on this thing. Obviously, close combat. Leaf Blade is the stab. He does have a move called Triple Arrow, so this is really cool. 90 base power, high critical hit ratio, 50% chance to -1 defense, and a 30% flinch. This is like what is this move, right? Why does this have so many different effects? Really, it's an amazing move to me. 90 base power might seem low, but what is this, right? You can crit it, which means if you crit, it's now stronger than your close combat would have been, and you're not taking a defense drop. 100% accuracy, so you don't got to worry about missing. 50% chance to drop the defense, meaning next turn you're in a good spot, and then 30% chance to flinch. So on the off chance you are faster than the Pokemon in front of you, could it be, I don't know, like it could be a Corviknight, for example. What if I hit Corviknight with a triple arrows? Not only do I crit his ass, I drop his defense, and I flinch him. Bro is in hell as a result. So this move, it's definitely going to be interesting. I see it more on Choiced. Like that's what I see happening. It's going to be on Choiced. Not so much any SD sets or anything like that. Let me keep looking. Sucker Punch is cool, priority. U-turn is pretty solid as well. Knockoff is nice too, hit the ghost types. So it really does have quite a lot of options. I told you, Shadow Sneak. So it does retain a lot of moves that the original Decidueye had. What the fuck is VV Volley? The fuck are you talking about? What? I'm about to find out. What are they? Catastrophic. Yo, they got some moves for real. I'm getting sidetracked. So the last move is either going to be U-turn, Sucker Punch, or Shadow Sneak. I think that, or Knockoff. I think that the best is probably Sucker Punch. I think with this Pokemon, if you're not going defensive with Roost, which I don't think is bad. He doesn't get spikes. I thought he got spikes. Roost is not bad. I think you can go with like a muscle band type joint. Again, this thing is not Breloom. It's a good amount bulkier stat-wise, right? I know the typing, you think of something like Breloom, and it's like, this shit dies to everything. This is not that. However, we do have to match up, bro, to the rest of the tier list, and when we see who's in the #1 position, it makes it very hard to run anything besides Knockoff, Sucker, or Shadow Sneak. Because of stupid Joseph. Golden Joseph, he'll just come in and he'll just smoke your whole team. You know, that's what he does with his 31% usage. Very, very, very rude. Yeah, but this guy, I think Sucker Punch is the way to do it. It'll be a fun Pokemon. I don't know how good it'll be, but I predict it to be like a RU type Pokemon. This guy's not OU, unfortunately. Decidueye, you got amazing design. I'm so proud of your glow up, but it wasn't enough, dude. You're not hanging with the big dogs. Poor guy. So let's keep it pushing. I didn't mean to diss him there, but shit gets crazy. Electrode Hisui. God damn. Now this Pokemon, design-wise, this is chef's kiss. They took the old Electrode, right? Then they put it in Photoshop, like when I'm making a thumbnail, and they changed the saturation up a shit ton, like when I'm making a thumbnail, and then they exported it as a PNG and said, voila, Electrode Hisui is here. I ain't hating though. I know what it's like to change the saturation on something and go, this is mine now. So Electrode Hisui. This Pokemon is fun. We got 150 speed on him. Fast, right? Not even that fast. It's crazy to say 150 is not that fast, but we're in a metagame now where, shit, if you ain't rocking with that, if you don't have at least a Mon with 135, aka Chiampao, or a Dragapult or whatever, you fucked up. So just wait for Regieleki to come back and really show these pussies what real speed is, but we'll have to wait on that. So this Mon, stats-wise, this is garbage, unfortunately. I will be trying to make him work because I love the design and the typing is very cool. To my knowledge, we do not have an electric grass with the exception of Rotom. And then we have some creative Pokemon. Who is Electrode? Bro, design is amazing. This is what Electrode Hisui should have been. Whatever. Design-wise, we got Soundproof, Static, and Aftermath. Soundproof is not that necessary. I don't really see bro getting in a position where I need to tank a Bug Buzz. So, no point having Soundproof. Static is better. At least if you sack this shit to U-turn or throw it into a Rapid Spin or any attack, you can try and paralyze. Or, if you switch it into a physical move, you can probably take 1/4 of their HP with Aftermath. Aftermath might be the best all around, so we'll go with that. Because Electrode is not bulky by any means, right? 60, 70, 80. You can throw this thing into an attack and probably sack it. So the big thing with this guy is its move Chloroblast. If you're running this Pokemon, it's so you can have fun and go Chloroblast. I'm literally telling you the truth. If you're using this Pokemon, it's so you can have fun and say go Chloroblast. There's no other explanation to run this shit because it's ass. But look at the rest of his moves. Bro got Explosion, Self-Destruct still. He's back to his old ways. He just, leads off and explodes. Easy. Special attack is 80 base. This is really, really insane. 80 base? You telling me he glowed up from Electrode and you guys aren't going to even boost the special attack? Not even 1 point. Like, come on. Show some love. Some respect. Unfortunately, they did not show any love or respect, and my bro got completely fucked over with this low-ass special attack. The Chloroblast, you lose half your HP, and you do 150 base power worth of special grass damage. Now, let me tell you something. We keep talking about how bad his special attack stat is. It really is that bad. This is not doing anything. You're going to lose HP for no reason. Don't use this move, except to have fun. And having fun does matter. Leaf Storm is a little bit better. It's got to have Volt Switch, right? You got Volt Switch. You got Spikes. You got Screens. He does have Screens. Okay, so we found his use. Leech Seed. Wait a minute. Oh no. Oh no. Did I just make Wo-Chien the return? Holy shizai. I think I just made Wo-Chien the return. Get knockoff. Oh, you piece of shit. Get Rapid Spin. Oh, you piece of shit. Whatever. We'll think of the last move. Anyway, I think I just broke the game. This is definitely what we on. Protect, substitute, leech seed. We're going full cheese. Yep, that's what we're doing with electrode. I had no idea bro had access to leech seed. You thought Ferrothorn was bad? How about if that bitch has 438 speed? However, I will be figuring out a way to make a nice Chloroblast set as well, just because it's a cool move. But that being said, goodbye, electrode. You have definitely gone over your allotted screen time. You are not that guy, pal. And you know, you've been around for a while, but the glow up didn't save you. Goodra. Goodra. You know, I like Goodra. Design-wise, I'm not a big fan. Actually, design-wise, I think it's pretty good. It's competitive-wise, I'm not a big fan, because competitive-wise, all he does is be a fringe special wall. See, in theory, Goodra, you're just supposed to give it an assault vest, and he's supposed to be the special wall to end all special walls. And oh, he has 110 special attack and 100 base attack. Oh my god, and the coverage is so crazy. In theory, Goodra was supposed to be the truth. This was supposed to be Giratina. This shit did not end up well. Something got lost in translation, and Goodra was ass. So for that reason, I'm very hyped for Goodra Hisui, because we have another chance. This guy has a gigantic shell on his back. I believe his special move is called Shelter, which is just Iron Defense. Obviously, that's not valid here, but Steel Dragon. So I think Steel Dragon, we have what? Duraludon and that other guy, Lugia, I believe. Let me look it up. Steel, just need to make sure. Duraludon and Dialga. Yep. Dialga Origin. Yeah, we'll be talking about this clown too. Don't worry, don't worry. But Goodra Hisui. So we look at the stats, and it looks like he got a massive, massive defense raise, which is really appreciated, because 70 defense was really not it. The HP only goes down from 90 to 80, which is not a big deal whatsoever. And other than that, it looks like Goodra really won. Sure, the speed went down, but when you're using a defensive tank, you really just want your defenses to be good, and you want your offensive stats to be kept intact. This guy gives me huge Assault Vest Tangrowth vibes with these like HP through Spadef stats, and then the speed being low. I get huge Tangrowth vibes from him. So I'm not sure what this is going to run item-wise. I was hoping this would get Stealth Rock because it's a steel type, but it does not, unfortunately, which is definitely a shame. We're not going to be seeing some super setup-oriented sets because, again, this is a defensive Pokemon. Heavy Slam will be amazing, though. 100 base attack. This thing looks heavy enough. Let's see what else we could run. Draco, of course, just to get that chip. He still has access to Fire Blast, so you can cook Corviknight. However, Flamethrower is probably better than Fire Blast because low PP plus pressure and all that kind of thing. Still has access to Thunderbolt. Still has access to Ice Beam. Very good. Has Flash Cannon if you don't want to run Heavy Slam. I just assume you want Heavy Slam when all the Tapus come back. Clefable is in this bitch, all that stuff. You're going to want to just crush it with Heavy Slam, I think. But this guy definitely does have quite a lot of good options. For sure. I think I would just probably end up running Assault Vest as we did back in the day because, I mean, this is not... In lower tiers, you can run your Specs or whatever. I think Specs will go fucking crazy with probably this set in lower tiers. But as for OU, I think you're going to get the best mileage out of just running Assault Vest. That's usually how it goes in OU. You want to trade... When you're using like a shit Pokemon, a quote-unquote shit Pokemon in OU, you need to design that Pokemon to be able to trade into good things. That being said, Goodra is actually one of the better Pokemon into the top-ranked Mons. Because all the top-ranked Mons, for the most part, are special attackers. So Golden Go, Chi-Yu, all of them, you cannot beat this guy. Like, this guy is not going to die to Golden Go or Chi-Yu. It's going to bounce off, bro. Look at this. And I throw the AV on that. Good fucking luck. You don't even need an AV to wall them, but... Sorry, no. You will not wall them regardless of if you have an AV or not, because this does not have a recovery move. But as for a check, this is an amazing check to both of those Pokemon. So I can definitely co-sign Goodra on that. It also owns Pult, as long as Pult is not physical oriented. Great Tusk beats it, but again, this thing is a steel type. No shit, it's going to lose to physical attackers that are fighting in ground. You switch out, right? So I'm looking forward to Goodra a lot. I think this is going to be cool. Steel Dragon has a lot of good utility for us. It's just going to cover a lot of Pokemon in general. Haven't even thought of what it's going to Terra into, but it has a lot of good options, trust me. So Goodra, looking forward to it. I do think we're going to see defensive, though, more than we see anything else. Keep it pushing. Not Growlithe, you a cute Pokemon, but I already talked about your pops, Arcanine. Lilligant, Hisui. This was the Mon. This is not him. This is her. Take a close look. Now, I love this Pokemon like anything. All right, Lilligant, Hisuian. Lilligant, for those of you who don't know, this is one of my favorite Pokemon design-wise of all time. When this came out in Gen 5, I used to spam it like crazy. In OU, right? Because I only played OU. I didn't play no lower tiers. And I used to spam this guy in OU like crazy because I was like, y'all are scrubs if you think this is bad. You know, we had the Quiver Dance, we had the Sleep Powder, and that was all I needed. I had Giga Drain and Hidden Power, whatever I felt like. We had Fire some days, we had Ice some days, shit. We had Rock some days if they would ever bring out the, you know, the Charizard if I was playing lower tier RU. Let me tell you, this guy got the job done. Some days, I would even do something so insane. I would go own tempo with the Petal Dance. You really don't know. You really don't know. Anyways, Lilligant was one of my favorite Pokemon back in the day. Stat distribution-wise, his stats are shit. Just the special attack is really good, and the speed is okay. The moves are what made it good. Fast forward to Lilligant getting a Hisuian form, I'm the most excited person bar none. Nobody is as excited as me for this. I saw the stats, and I'm like, yes. Yes, they're doing what we need to do. 105 attack, 105 speed is beautiful. I like that. You know, he's just strong enough while also having a good speed stat. This speed is faster than Chi-Yu, faster than Great Tusk, faster than Golden Go. Bro is quick. Bro is quick on his feet. So I'm very excited to use Lilligant. It's just one of the best mons, I think, from the Hisuians. Grass fighting is cool, and we gotta talk about the signature move that turns Lilligant into this dancing queen super beast. Victory Dance, right? Raises the user's attack, defense, speed by 1. So this is basically Quiver Dance, but on the physical side, you boost the attack and defense instead of your special attack and special defense, and you get the +1 speed. This mon's gonna be awesome, right? Victory Dance is probably the best setup move you can ask for. It's Dragon Dance on crack. This thing's move pool, let me see what we want to run. If I remember correctly, it did get close combat. Yep, Axe Kick, but we are not going to miss Axe Kick, I regret to inform you. Close combat, and then you can run Leaf Blade, and then honestly, last is likely going to be either Ice Spinner, Poison Jab, or you're probably going to run what I think will be the most common, which is Terra Blast Fire or Terra Blast Ground. The reason being is if you don't have Terra Blast Fire or Ground, how are you going to hit Golden Go and Poison types? I think Ground is going to be the winner on this mon. It's tough, right? Because if you run Ground, how the fuck do you hit flying types, right? I mean, Corv already gets handled, but how the fuck do you beat Dragonite if you have Terra Blast here? So say we go with Ice Spinner, but now how do we beat Golden Go? So all this is annoying. I would say that you should probably go with Ice Spinner above all, if I had to say, just because you're Terraing up just so you can break through Golden Go and have a super effective move for it, but you can also just Terra Grass and just blow up Golden Go after you get it to 70%. So I think with this guy, I'm running it with Hustle, so I want them wide lens so I don't miss all my moves. I'm gonna miss them anyway, but this at least gives me some peace of mind. And then I do think another way to run Lilligant, which me and the base were talking about, specifically because Sun is just so good right now that you will be able to just throw Lilligant on there, is going with Chlorophyll and going with, what's the word? Solar Blade. Oops, not B. Solar Blade. This set right here, I think this has potential to just 12-0 everybody. Like this could just shoot up the entire game. Like this is insane. Solar Blade is 125 base power. You're coming off 339 attack. We're adamant because we're in the sun, meaning we're already fast enough. And shit, and then you go Terra Grass. I think this has the potential to be a super Giga Beast. So very excited for Lilligant. See how it matches up versus the rest of the dudes. Yeah, like I said, you do want to move for Golden Joe. Chi-Yu is not faster than you, so you're not worried about that. Pulse faster, but you kill it with Ice Spinner. Tusk gets owned by you. You look through the rest of the guys. If Lilligant's faster than the Mon, it's usually going to kill the Mon. So that's how I like it a lot. It beats all the Ruin Pokemon, besides Chien-Pao, which is great to me. This is going to be a very fun Pokemon. Definitely, I think this is the one I'm most excited for, alongside Hisuian and Arcanine, but we'll see. Next up, we have Qwilfish and overqwil. I put my boys together because, you know, they're of the same line. So the reason I'm giving Qwilfish a spot here is just because I do think Eviolite will have some type of utility. I mean, this thing's stats are good, right? The speed's good as shit for a defensive mon. You jack the speed up like here, you're faster than most Rotoms. Then we go max HP, we go max defense, we go Impish. This is 334 HP, 281 x 1.5 is about 420 SPDF, and then 220, like look how bulky this is, right? Poison Dark is great typing. You're able to take neutral from fighting type coverage. You're weak to ground, but you have Intimidate, so it's not that big of a deal. Neutral to U-turn, you know, resist fairy type moves. Not resist, sorry, neutral to fairy. You're just neutral in general to quite a lot of shit with Dark Poison, so it's not too bad. Not that much is super effective versus you, which I like. This guy's support move pool is great. Spikes, Toxic Spikes. I think my boy gets Taunt. Does he get Pain Split still? No Pain Split is actually very annoying. Does get Destiny Bond. No Thunder Wave? Damn it. Does get Destiny Bond, though. If you're going to run Qwilfish, I don't think you really need any attacking move. It doesn't get knockoff. I mean, you could run, like, Crunch or whatever, Poison Jab with whatever. But I don't know. I don't think it's really needed. I would just run, like, Toxic last, or I would run Destiny Bond. But yeah, I see this being fun, for sure. Next up is overqwil. This guy has the same speed, but his attack is a lot better, and you can run an item, which is a big deal. Qwilfish is forced into any Violite situation. This guy can run Focus Sash a lot easier. I think this will be cool as a Focus Sash lead with spikes and T-spikes. I don't see this thing being big in the OU tier, unfortunately. This thing is just... Well, I could take one look at bro, and I knew he wasn't going to be doing nothing in OU, unfortunately. The moves are not... Well, first of all, looking at his design, ain't no way he can knock off or do anything. This is not really like a design made for attacking Pokemon. He looked like he just kind of float through the ocean, respectfully. But yeah, so we got Self-Destruct, Giga Impact, Gunk Shot, which is tight. Definitely like Gunk Shot. Barb Barrage, 50% chance to poison, 2x power. So these are cool moves. I did forget about Barb Barrage. Barb Barrage is cool. So I think for this guy, though, overqwil, just turn this into a Hazards Pokemon. Do not waste your time trying to sweep with this thing. Do not put a non-rain type do not put a non-water type Pokemon on a rain team and try to win with Swift Swim. Trust me right now, this is not going to do anything for you. Offensively, this will not do as much as the next guy. So I think defensively, that's the way to go with Qwilfish, and we're going to wrap it up with that for Qwilfish. Because there really is not much for me to say. I could go here and say use an offensive set, but I can't in good faith tell you to do that because it just sounds shit in my head. Even if Dark is good offensive typing, Qwilfish is not the guy for that job. Samurott Hisuian. Now this is a mon. That's going to start attacking. He be sweeping teams, all right? Water Dark typing, very good typing. You know my boy Agent Crawdon. This is Agent Samurott. You know, we lost Craw, now we got Agent Samurott. Now, this guy, if you don't know, I'm about to put you on to what his best move is. Ceaseless Edge. 65 base power. However, the ability Sharpness does increase this by 1.5x, turning this into a nice 97 base power move, which is, comparable to Knockoff. Sets a layer of spikes on the target's side. So you just set up a regular spike on the layers, on the opponent's side. So basically, Samurott has an amazing 97 base power stab move. 108 attack is nothing too decent, but it's, it gets the job done, I would say. For this, I'm going to go with a Choice Scarf. I think you're just going to be clicking Ceaseless Edge. You're going to try to revenge kill some Pokemon with a Dark type move that is probably not resisted by much. And if they switch out, they stay in. Regardless if your play isn't right, you get up a spike. And that's why this move is fucking amazing. Because even if your play is wrong, whatever, I got up a spike. Right? That's exactly how I would be playing with this Pokemon. I would think, okay, let me send out my Hisuian Samurott, revenge kill what's in front of me. Oh shit, they switched out. Whatever, I got up a spike with my move. I didn't lose no type of momentum. I have a spike up now. I'm the winner here. And that's why I think this move is awesome. And I'm really, really looking forward to running a Scarf on this. I'm not running SD on this shit because the speed's shit and there's just better setup Pokemon. I don't like running setup on Mons unless it's just for like a fun... like I'm trying to meme or something like that. If I'm going full competitive, this guy's niche is not Swords Dancing Up. It's going for Scarf and using this. That's what I think. You can run Bandit too, but I'm going with Scarf. Other than that, his special attack is okay with 100, but you're not really doing much with that, I think. Let me look at the physical moves. Let's see what he's able to do. Mega Horn is very cool. Can hit some grass type Pokemon, so I'll put that as a slash. Sacred Sword, the big one. This is basically close combat with this guy. 135 base power sword is amazing. Liquidation. Does he get Razor Shell? Razor Shell. Boom. Perfect. Another move that is boosted up by the his ability. So you look at his ability and you look at the moves he gets, and it's like, holy shizzle. This guy's getting some moves. Is X Scissor boosted by Sharpness? Let me know in the comments if X Scissor is boosted by Sharpness, because if it is, then I would just put X Scissor over Mega Horn, obviously, because it's a lot safer. I'm just looking at other options. Oh, Sucker Punch is cool. Probably not on Scarf, but it's good. Smart Strike is really crazy. Smart Strike is really crazy. They gave this guy many, many good moves. But yeah, Scarf is the one for me. I'm so excited to run this thing, throwing up spikes left and right. I love when they take starter Pokemon, which were shit back in the day, Charizard, and they turn them into goats. So we're here today. Samurott, I love you. Let's keep it pushing. Sneasel, Hisui, Sliggoo, Hisui. We're going to ignore those. We're just going to go on for Sneasler because that is... Wait, no, not you, kid. Sneasler. So, big OG Sneasler. This guy is awesome. A lot of people are excited for this release. How can they not be? Weavile is already a fan favorite. And then we saw this guy's stats and we were like, whoa. what was Game Freak cooking? So let's compare this to regular Weavile real quick. Stats wise, HP, this guy's got 10 base HP more and 10 more attack, which is very nice. Very nice. Defenses, this has 5 more base defense. This has 5 left. Spadef, this is 5 more Spadef and it has 5 more speed. So I would say that it is a pretty balanced change for Sneasler. Definitely the speed drop is what is the most annoying for this Pokemon. However, 120 gets the job done because it outspeeds Roaring Moon. It will outspeed Iron Valiant, and Cinderace, which is coming very soon to the metagame, is also going to get outsped by this. So the defenses suck. Well, the physical defense sucks. 80-80 on the Spadef sides, whatever. Fight Poison is cool typing. You are very weak to Psychic type moves, Flying type moves, Ground type moves, that sort of shit. But you do have some great resistances as well. Resistances to Fighting type moves, opposing Fighting type moves. I think that's huge. So yeah, Sneasler's going to be fun. The moves this thing gets, the big move, I believe, is called Dire Claw. So this is an 80 base power move. 50% chance to sleep, poison, or paralyze the target. This is going to be fun. Unfortunately, we look at our handy dandy tier list and we see Golden Joe's at the top. We look at our coverage fighting poison and somehow we are double walled by Joe. So we need to look right now at what moves this guy gets to beat Joe before I cast him into UU forever. Alright, bro. So far, it ain't looking good. Alright, looks like. Alright, I'm hoping you got that knockoff on you, Brody. Oh, it's not. It's really not. But he got Night Slash. Fire Punch. Dude. See, this is something. You really got to figure out how the hell are you going to hit Golden Go with this mon. That's the most used Pokemon in the metagame. 31% usage. You cannot be walking around here with Dual Stab, Close Combat, Dire Claw thinking you the man. And then Golden Go comes in and you fall to your knees. Absolutely not. So I think we're going to need to run... hell no, not Fake Out. What is this, in-game? I think you need to run Fire Punch, which not only does jack shit to the guy, but you need a way to damage it, which is actually something I didn't think about. This mon will be very fun, but your options are Fire Punch or Night Slash. Shadow Claw is like technically, probably coverage-wise the best bet, but I'm going with Fire Punch because it's more damage and what the fuck. I don't know actually though. Is Shadow Claw good? Shadow Claw's probably, or Night Slash and Shadow Claw are probably superior just because ghost types in general dual resist Dire Claw in close combat. But I believe this guy does get Swords Dance off the 120 speed, so you don't have to worry about that. He is very, very strong on the sweeping side, and we do have to talk about his ability. His ability is why he might just be a super shiesty sweeper. Unburdened. So, Poison Touch, 30% chance of poisoning. With the Dire Claw, this is an amazing move because you're either sleeping, poisoning, or paralyzing the target. Like, the target's fucked when you Dire Claw, especially off 120 speed. So I think this set with spamming Dire Claw will be very, very good. However, we must discuss Unburden, right? So give this guy insert seed here. It really don't matter. You can really give it whatever seed you want. So I'm just putting seed on that bitch. Here, you go SD and Adamant. He's got a lot of speed, right? You know, in lower tiers, Sceptile does this where it's paired with some type of terrain user, usually in DD, I think. And then it gets the speed from Unburden, and it doesn't even need to really run HP because it's already fast enough. I see Sneasler doing the same shit. You don't really need speed. Just jack up the HP, make bro bulky for no reason. And yeah, now you're sweeping everybody. So I'm actually pretty excited for this. I think this guy definitely has some good moves. Dire Claw is the one that I'm most excited for, though. This move sounds very stupid, right? There's no Landorus T. There's no Clefable. Well, Clefable would get owned by Dire Claw anyway. But the point being, this mon is going to sweep like anything. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to running Banded. Oh, I think it also gets U-Turn, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, U-Turn, which will be so crazy off Choice Band when that dude Landorus T comes back. This set is going to cause hell for Pokemon that are defensive, right? With the exception of Pex. Pex is always going to beat your ass. You cannot beat Pex with this mon. Hold the L. Pex has to beat something, right? So... yeah, but you can always Terra Blast and SD and blah 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 blah. Remember, you can always just cheat your way through with the beautiful move Terra Blast. But that's enough about Sneasler. I've talked about it for quite a while now, and it's a great Pokemon. It is an absolutely amazing Pokemon. Typhlosion Hisuian. This Pokemon is cool. So Game Freak is continuing their agenda of pushing the Fire Ghost Pokemon into the spotlight. We may never know what they're cooking and why they want to do this so badly, but we're going to go along with it anyway. So, the worst thing they did with this mon is they took away Flash Fire. I was really looking forward to Flash Fire so that I could have yet another Chi-Yu check once I Terra this into something else. But unfortunately, Game Freak said, LOL, trolled, and they did just troll us. So, my opinion with Typhlosion is that you should just do what Typhlosion has run in every gen and tier where it was viable since the Genesis. You run Eruption, you run Focus Blast, You call it a day. So we look at the rest of its moves. I believe he has like a special move. I'm like pretty sure. Okay, so we got Eruption, Focus Blast. We're gonna have Flamethrower probably because you need consistent Fire Stab. And then your options are Terra Blast. I thought, bro, Infernal Parade, right. So this move is pretty whack compared to Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball is like 33% stronger, which is a big fucking difference when you think about it. So Shadow Ball is definitely the main slash, but I do have to give a little shout out to Infernal Parade. This move is weird, bro. 30% chance to burn, and it's 2x power of target status. So it's Hex, basically, which is good, right? You can't go wrong with Hex, but this Mon doesn't spread status like that. So this isn't Dragapult, who's able to spread Hex all over the place, right? So it's going to be hard. I think you're better off just going with Shadow Ball and hoping you kill the Pokemon in front of you. This thing's stats are still good, though. It's strong. It goes timid. Its speed is good. I like Typhlosion. Like this, he does the same thing that the old Typhlosion did. There's like no difference, really. Is there any stat difference? This guy's faster, which is fucking annoying. Why is regular Typhlosion 100 and you're 95? Why did you get hoed? Well, all you did was get more special attack, which is, you know, it's just pretty cool, actually. So, good job, Typhlosion. We're proud of you. This mon's gonna be fun. I'm gonna be using that mon for sure. That's a promise. I was using it in the Hisuian tournaments when I hosted them on my streams a couple weeks ago, and that was a lot of fun as well. But yeah, let's keep it pushing. Scarf is the way to go for him for sure. Voltorb, not necessary, and my boy Zoroark. Now this mon, I was so excited for this mon. I tell you, I was beyond excited for this mon when I saw the initial leaked stat distribution. The leaked stats for Zoroark had bro at 125 special attack and 110 speed. I thought, it's game over. This thing's stats are beautiful. Faster than everybody with 110. Better than the original Zoroark. And then Game Freak said, no, this is just another one of our epic trolls. And Zoroark and his bro, I think they have the exact same BST. So it is what it is. Normal ghost typing is amazing with illusion. That is the big selling point on running this Pokemon. Normal Ghost gives you so many damn immunities. You're immune to normal type moves, you're immune to fighting type moves, and you're immune to ghost type moves. Pair that with the ability Illusion, and you're out here having, you know, Zoroark disguises other Pokemon with triple immunity. You can see how annoying that's going to be for the opposing, like, teams. I think this Mon is going to find a good spot in the metagame. Even if the BST is not as crazy as I thought it would be, it's still good. Defensively, shit's ass, as Zoroark's always been. But this thing has 3 immunities now. The old Zoroark has 1 immunity, being Psychic, which isn't that big of a deal, and it's fucking weak to everything. This thing is immune to Ghost and Fighting type moves, which are 2 of the best offensive moves in the game. Everything in the game got close combat this generation, bro. Not to mention, Ghosts only go up in utility every generation. By Gen 12, OU will probably only be Ghost types, being realistic. So this is awesome. I'm very, very pleased with this typing, and the ability is going to be great. Move pool wise, it gets everything that his bro Zoroark got. Zoroark was always one of the Pokemon with the greatest move pool. Bitter Malice, 75 base power, 100% chance to lower the target's attack by 1. This is really weird, move wise. This is really weird, but we're gonna put it up there. Focus Blast, obviously you need that for Ting Luciv. You can run Grass Knot as well. It's got Flamethrower, and then Grass Knot is luxury piece, so I think you would go Hyper Voice over that. But if you don't want to go Hyper Voice, you don't want that stab move, there's still a lot of shit you can do. This guy's move pool has always been amazing, and has always been able to be tailor-made for whatever you want. Flamethrower, Focus Blast, plus Ghost Stab are all mandated. You need all those 3. So then after that is just whatever you want. Hyper Voice can be the dual stab. I'm trying to think, like, what are you clicking this into that your coverage moves don't hit? Maybe like a flying type Pokemon. You can go Psychic to hit like poison types harder, but it's like whatever. Sludge Bomb hits the fairies, which is definitely valid, but yeah. So I think Bitter Malice was supposed to have like a freeze chance or something in the original game, but I guess they've changed it a bit. 75 base power, so this is only 5 base power less than Shadow Ball, and it always drops the opponent's attack by 1. Well, that's really cool because it's Intimidate built into a move, kind of. So I can see Choice being really good. Definitely not running Nasty Plot on this dude because, again, when it comes to setup Pokemon, bro, if you're gonna run a setup Pokemon, let me just save you some time. Just run this piece of shit and throw Swords Dance on it if you want to run a Swords Dance Pokemon that's frail, or a Nasty Plot Pokemon that's frail. Just run his ass. He's just gonna do more. Unfortunately, that's the case. If we're gonna be using fun Pokemon, we need to use them in a way that they do have a specific role that make sense and they do stuff for us. I don't want to run discount versions of already OU Pokemon. That doesn't do us any good in finding out what's good and what's not. So Specs or Scarf with the 4 attack. Again, Hyper Voice, I'm not sure. You can run Grass Knot, you can run Sludge Bomb, whatever. But the other moves, oh, I have 2 Bitter Malices. I'm tripping. Oops. Yeah, this is what we go with. So let's compare it to the rest of the guys real quick. Golden Go, well, you own Golden Go for real. You beat Shadow Ball, you beat Focus Blast. He has to make it rain, and you know you have all this illusion stuff behind you. Bitter Malice and Flamethrower, Oko that thing behind Specs, so we're not worried. Chi-Yu, we're faster than Chi-Yu, but Chi-Yu does kill us with everything. But Focus Blast, we kill it first, so there's that. Pulp, we're immune to Shadow Ball, so good luck clicking the right play. Tusk is the mon I was thinking you want Psychic for. That it's really just for Tusk, but again, I can always just Bitter Malice Tusk and then probably still die even if I make Tusk -1. Bitter Malice is cool, guys. I'm starting to like the gears in my brain are starting to turn when I think about, damn, you can make things -1 attack. That makes this thing a lot bulkier in theory than it would be, because if you're dropping the opponent's attack, then you live. Annihilate. This shit beats Annihilate, bros. Do you understand? This guy beats Annihilate. You can't Drain Punch him and you can't Rage Fist him. Goodbye, Annihilate. We'll see you in fucking PU when my boy comes down. Plus, we're going for Bitter Malice on Annihilate. We dropping your attack every time. Pussy, you're not doing nothing. Oh no, I didn't even realize this beats Annihilate. I'm tapped the fuck in. Zoroark is going to be on all my teams. Also, this thing's art is amazing. You seen the shiny? The shiny's purple. It's amazing. It's amazing. This is future Vandross Heracross, but Heracross, sorry, Zoroark. But yeah, looking at the rest of the tier, Zoroark matches up pretty decently. The only issue is going to be you need to get the hit off before they get the hit off, but that's always been Zoroark's problem. Like, that's not new to this form, so yeah, I'm excited for Zoroark's introduction to the tier. Speed stat at 105 is, it's like good enough. You're not faster than a lot of annoying shit like Treads, Iron Moth, that kind of thing, but you are faster than some of the old staples like Garchomp. You're faster than Golden Go and Chi-Yu, Tusk, etc., etc. Zoroark is going to be a blast, and I think with Illusion, it's going to cause a lot of drama in this metagame. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that. And let me see who else is left. All right, so it looks like I went through the ones they show. However, I know there are a couple more. Last time I did this video, I forgot that clown Wyrdeer or whatever. I actually got a list here because I knew my dumbass would forget. All right, who did I forget from the OU guys? Wyrdeer. I literally forgot Wyrdeer, Enamorus, and Ursaluna. So let's go and talk about the team, folks. Let's go talk about the team. Ursaluna. Everybody's hyped for this guy. I've seen a lot of people saying this thing is going to be banned. No, it's not. It's not going to get banned. It's good. It's not getting banned. Trust me. This is not better than Melmetal. It's a good Pokemon. Ground Normal is great typing. I believe Headlong Rush was created because of this Mon in Legends of Arceus or something like that. I don't know. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong, but that's what I heard. That Headlong Rush was created for Ursaluna, and it used to be its signature move. But ability-wise, you got Guts and you got Bulletproof. I think if you got Bulletproof, you're immune to what? Like Focus Blast? I don't really remember how Bulletproof works, to be honest with you, but more often than not, you're going to be running Guts. Guts is what gives you the 1.5x attack, and then you can just run a Flame Orb. You're only doing 6% per turn to yourself anyway. This thing is going to be nasty, right? I want to run Flame Orb the most just because the move pool that this thing has is amazing. Normal types, as we know, they have always had this weird characteristic where they get every fucking move of every type of every base power in the game, and Ursaluna is no stranger to that. Bro gets hella moves. So we go by power because we're power gang. Look at this. Close combat, gunk shot. Like dude is in like heaven right now. He won the Powerball with like the shit he has on his side. You got fucking low kick, you got heavy slam, you got E kick. Like this is just gorgeous. Any Mon would be dying for this move pool, bro. This is gorgeous. Ice punch, fire punch, drain punch. My bro can do anything. My bro can do anything. Yeah, knock off. Seems like he can't do that. Last move gotta be something for them ghosts, right? It's gotta be something for them ghosts. You run Payback. Bro is so slow, you can honestly run Payback. I have to think about the last move. Because you could also might want Ice Punch when, you know, Landorus and all of them come back. But bottom line, Ursaluna's bulk is incredible. It's very hard to kill on the physical defense side. I would compare this guy kind of to Iron Hands in terms of the HP and defense distribution, right? I mean, Hands is definitely a decent amount bulkier, but Luna has a way better SpDef, and the speeds are the same. So I would compare these two the most. Like, these are very similar Mons in my idea. I think, like, Ursaluna is going to be similar to Hands in that regard. But Flame Orb is a set you just bring this in to just attack everybody, right? Do massive damage. However, I think Assault Vest is going to have a lot of merit, too. You're able to just switch this thing into Will-O-Wisp, whatever, you know, status move. Currently, we don't have Magic Guard in the tier, right? So it's hard to take burns. It's hard to take poisons, that kind of thing. Well, if you can just switch your Assault Vest, Guts, Ursaluna into whatever attack and not worry about it, now you have a powered up tank. The special defense is going to be really, really good when you have the AV factored in, right? It's going to be like Tangrowth vibes. So this will be a good mon for sure. Assault Vest and Flame Orb are the sets that I'm looking forward to running the most. I'm sure Bandit and other shit could work, but those are the two sets for me that I'm very excited to use. If we look at the mons in OU and we compare them, Ursaluna is going to have just a fine time. Defenses are good enough. It's not hit by enough super effectively besides like water type moves, fighting type moves, ice type moves. And if you look at the top usage mons, nobody's OHKOing this. Chiyu doesn't OHKO this shit. Pult won't OHKO you, Golden Go won't OHKO you, and you sure as fuck are going to OHKO all of them. Watch out for Tusk though. Watch out for Tusk. But that's going to be that with Ursaluna. Let's keep it pushing and let me talk about him. Let me talk about him. Yes. That's right, the deer himself. Now, I forgot about bro when I did the video a couple months ago. I apologize. I apologize sincerely to Wyrdeer for forgetting about him. Because the stats that I see him right now, these stats aren't that bad. 103 HP, 72, 75. We can work with it. 105 attack, 105 special attack. So you can see he's trying. He's trying his best. Normal Psychic. Have we had that before? It sounds like we've had it before on a very shit Pokemon. Holy shizzay. Oh, damn, 3 back-to-back balls. Oh my god, and the king of ass right here. All right, never mind. Let's keep it pushing though. I can't be too rude. Wyrdeer. Intimidate is a good ability. Frisk and Sap Sipper. These are all decent abilities. I can't be mad at all about that. These are all pretty good. All right, let me see what you do. Let me see what you do. Let me see your moves. I mean, it's not bad. Can you guys show me some stab moves before you show me Mega Horn and Solar Beam though, please? Psychic. Okay, our hero gets Psychic, which every Psychic type gets. Earth Power. Oh, yo, bro's coverage is insane. Look at this shit. Earthquake, Earth Power, Energy Ball, Thunderbolt, Wild Charge. Never mind. I just scrolled down and saw that it kind of loses steam towards the end. So I am really trying to figure out right now how we're gonna run Wyrdeer. I am really trying to figure out what we want to do with this. I look at status moves, folks. We have a lot of setup options, right? However, this is a spot threat at home, so we're sure as hell not setting up with this guy. I'm telling you right now, this is also braviary at home, so we're definitely not setting up with this guy. Yes, Thunderwave. All right, we're not going with... All right, so there's only one way to do it. There's only really one way to do it, guys. There's really only one way to use this shit. We're going to throw specs on him, and we're going to pray to God that he puts in some type of work, because his speed is shit, and I don't really see no type of support. I'll be damned if you catch me running agility and calm mind on this piece of garbage when there's so many other psychic types that do just a much better job. So we're going with specs. We're going with energy ball. Fuck it. Sap Sipper might be able to help us out in that regard. Switch in. That gives us a +1 attack. What am I saying? Back to intimidate. Psychic, energy ball, earth power, and then we're gonna put the final thunderbolt to take on Corviknight, and voila, we have a perfect NU staple. Watch out, all right? NU is not safe when Wyrdeer drops down. Believe that, believe that. Anyways, I've had enough looking at this piece of garbage. We're moving on to the next Pokemon. So Wyrdeer, Enamorus, Basculegion, and Cleaver. Let's talk about Cleve. I love Cleve. Cleveland. So this mon, really, I'm just going to talk about Stone Axe. I think stats-wise, it's amazing. 130 attack. We've seen the defenses, HP, speed F, they're all good. Speed is solid at 85, right? 85 is just good enough to get the job done. Golden Go hits 84, for example, so this will just outspeed Golden Go by a bit. Stone Axe, 65 base power, strong move, boosted by sharpness, of course, so it's not that weak. It's 97 base power, and it sets up Stealth Rock on the opponent's side. So this is an amazing move, right? This is the Stone Edge that won't miss. Most of the time, it's still 90% accurate, right? Because they're not allowed to make rock moves 100%. Something at Game Freak HQ, they're just not allowed to do that shit. I don't know why. But yeah, it can miss 10% of the time, but it's going to get up rocks. Other than that, he got hella moves. Does he have U-turn? Yep, of course. First impression? I don't think he has first impression. But he does get close combat, so that's a big one. Swords Dance does get Swords Dance. I'm probably just going to run U-turn Banded myself, though. So, yeah. Shout out to Cleaver. This is really what it's going to do for the most part. Stone Axe, U-turn, close combat, and then the last, I don't know. I would go with Choice, though, over SD. I'm not saying SD is bad, but I feel like Choice is just better. Look how strong this guy is. Why would you not want to spam a 97 base power stab rock move that you could fucking Terra Rock to make sure that everybody dies, and then you get rocks up as a result of the move as well? Seems like a no-brainer to me, and for that reason, Banded Cleaver is certainly the way to go. Next up, we have Enamorus. You know, I'm excited for this guy's design, this guy's release, right? I like its design a lot. I think it's very funny. I like all the genies a lot, especially this version. I don't know what's going on with this long neck ass shit. Hilarious, man. But Fairy Flying, it's good typing. What have we seen before from Fairy Flying? Oh, Togekiss is the only one. Not bad. So the big one right here is speed is shit. Everything else is amazing. And the fast one, speed is decent, and everything else is decent. Special attack is amazing though. So in general, I think this mon's gonna be one of the better mons in OU. I've seen some people saying, no, this shit's ass. It's weak to Golden Go. You're totally tripping. This is the one that's gonna get more usage because 106 speed is big and speed is king in the current metagame. Contrary is the ability that this thing was given. I believe it gets superpower, and the attack is 115, which is workable. So superpower is definitely not bad. Blissey's used a shit ton as well, so like, what are you gonna do? You'd rather superpower than Focus Blast, I think, everything. Because at least Focus Blast, first of all, Focus Blast is just gonna miss. Superpower is not gonna miss, and then you're gonna get the +1/+1 as a result, so your next one is even crazier. Coverage-wise, he has it all. Earth Power, not Flirt Cannon. What was the joint he had? He had Moonblast? He got some moves, Springtide Storm, but this is 80% accurate, so there's no reason to run this trash over Moonblast. I will not be running any of the Springtide, Spring, whatever moves on the Genies. They all have 80% accuracy. That sounds like a good way to make you want to shoot the computer. I'm not interested in such devious activities. So last, we can run Grass Knot. We could run U-Turn as well if you're running a choice set. Because Earth Power Moonblast really does take care of the majority. You can run Sludge Bomb, Psychic. These are just specific techs based on your own team's weaknesses. Or you can run Mystical Fire, which is actually really solid at hitting Corviknight. So if I had to give a final slash, it's probably going to be this. This is the set I'm running. This is literally the set I'm running. Specs or Scarf with these 4 attacks. You need Superpower because you got to hit Blissey, right? You can go for a physical set with this for sure. That would likely be Sub, Play Rough, Superpower. You'd have Leftovers, obviously. And then last move, I don't know what it would be. Probably, holy shit, this thing gets Healing Wish? That's fucking sick. Healing Wish is really fucking cool. Wow. I don't know what my last one would be. It might honestly just be Protect the Cheese Around. Like, it really might just be Protect the Cheese Around. As for the bulkier joint, he has a lot more defense. However, the speed being low and being weak to common moves such as Make It Rain and stuff like that, that's going to be a lot tougher for it. This set, I think you should just run like this. Me and the Base Lord were talking about this set. Just run this boring ass bulky set. There's no Pex hazing around, and even if Pex does pull up the haze, you're gonna blow it up with Earth Power anyway. This thing is extremely strong. So as for Fat Namorous, Calm Mind is the way to go. You can still go with a spec set, no doubt about it. Bulky specs guy, but I do think the other one is just better at this role. So I would say for the bulkier Enamorous, go with the Calm Mind, Iron Defense, Draining Kiss. And then for the fast one, Spec Scarf or this this contrary set, Pseudo Bulk Up is the way to do it. Next up, none other than the Legion. Now, Basque Legion, I'm a big fan of you. Unfortunately, you're dropping down and getting banned on day 1. So the physical version of this, the male version, is getting banned immediately. There's no debate really. This thing has Swift Swim and fucking Adaptability as its choices and ability, which is like, what is this, right? Like, that doesn't even make sense. Why does it get 2 broken ass abilities? Last respects, we saw this is the move that got Houndstone banned. For every mon on your team that dies, this move goes up 50 base power. This could never be a balanced Pokemon because of this move. Stats wise, it was good. I thought it was going to be pretty balanced because of the stats, but then they gave it this move and they sealed its fate. I don't believe it gets Shadow Sneak, which is terrible, and it doesn't get Poltergeist either, which is a shame because once they do ban Last Respects, I'm kind of confused as to what we're going to do with bro. Like, he has Wave Crash, which is cool. And then the options become a lot less cool as we scroll down. Phantom Force, which is a terrible move to lock yourself into. I guess you can Terra Blast Ghost like Pult does, but then it's like, why the hell am I using this? I guess I'm using it because it's Adaptability or Swift Swim. Terra Ghost. You might as well run Psychic Fangs, and then can't run Last Respects, so I honestly don't know what we'd run. Maybe Ice Fangs? This is really sad, bro. They really took him for everything. I really don't know what we'd run last. Maybe Liquidation, just to have a safe stab. We don't have to kill it ourselves with Wave Crash Recoil. That could work. Yeah, so this is my nice Choice Band Basket Legion for Swift Swim and Adaptability purposes. It's such a shame this thing doesn't have Shadow Sneak. You get Jet? At least he gets Jet. Alright, Jet will do. Jet will do on an Adaptability set. This can actually go crazy. Like, this actually has the potential to go crazy. Bandit even without Last Respects. Because the dude is strong, right? You have the boost. You got these strong-ass moves. You got Terra type. So I'm fucking with it. And then we have the female version. Another amazing, amazing design. I actually like the female design a lot more. The blue's better. This mon has similar stat distribution, but it's special attack oriented. And it's a lot lower. Why does this have 112 attack and this has 100 special attack? Why isn't it 112 special attack? Regardless, this is going to do what the other one did. Adaptability. This one is a lot worse, I think, but it's fun regardless. You're just going to go special oriented. Hydro Pump, Shadow Ball, Ice Beam, Specs, and we call it a day with Legion. We hope that these two will be good. The agency does hope that they will find their way in the metagame, and I do think so because adaptability can never be bad. Adaptability is one of the most fun abilities to spam, right? We used to have so much fun using Crawdaunt. This is kind of like a better Crawdaunt in my opinion. Currently, we'll see as the metagame evolves how these things do, but I'm actually really looking forward to using both of these. They just look like funny Pokemon, and you know, Basculin is cool. He was really annoying in Gen 8 with the rain flip turn shenanigans, so I'm happy that it gets a completely new role this time in the meta. And folks, I believe that is everybody, is what I would say if we were simply only playing OU. However, we must talk about these two to wrap up everything. Now these two, design-wise, I'm very confused. I'm confused by him the most. What the fuck is this? What is going on with this design? Anyways, if we compare Dialgas to each other, you know, your Dialga is nice, but peep my Dialga. OG has 20 base attack more. The old one has 20 base SPDF more, and the speeds are the same. If we look at Super Palkia, on the other hand, his ass got boosted out this galaxy. 20 extra speed is amazing. Kept the good SPDF and special attack. Attack went down, and that's it. So Palkia Origin won like anything, given the speed boost. So I just wanted to show you guys the comparisons between the two, because even I'm not too used to like Palkia and Dialga's EVs and all that stuff. They're stuck in Ubers, right? So Palkia Origin, pressure or telepathy. Telepathy is useless in single, so we're not going to give that any mind. But let's categorize these by special moves and see what we can do. So he's got Drake. He's got Focus Blast, Fire Blast, Hydro Pump. I mean, this mon has always had the coverage. There's no doubting that, right? He's always had the coverage. I really don't even think you need to change it up. I'm looking at the rest of the moves, and it's like, why would you even run anything else besides the big four coverage-wise? This should do it for him. This should make him kill everybody. I don't know if you even need Focus Blast. Honestly, you can go with Thunder. You can go with Drake. Maybe Thunder's better. Trying to think who you'd Focus Blast. I'm really trying to think who you'd Focus Blast. I really don't see... In my head, nothing is really coming up, but I don't know, maybe something's coming up. Either way, this is cool. I think these guys will probably be fun in Ubers when they come out. They're not going to be overpowered. Palkia, at least, I don't think is going to be overpowered. This shit's walled by Flutterman. Owned. But yeah, these will be fun mons. Dialga is really weird design-wise. I think this is a lot worse than Palkia, and it's very comparable to the OG Dialga. Like, it's going to be hard to justify using the new Dialga over the old one. It's very obvious that you use the new Palkia always, because the speed is ridiculous, right? There's no debate. Horse Palkia took old Palkia's job. Meanwhile, whatever this is not Horse Dialga. I don't know what this is. This guy, I don't know. We're going to give him time. He has amazing move pool still, right? Overheat. Bro has the steel moves, you know, just like Palkia, but it'll be harder to justify this thing's usage. And that being said, folks, that is everything. So I hope y'all enjoyed. Go drop a big like if you did. I know I said the video was going to be short, but it was long as fuck. Fortunately, we did have a lot to talk about here at the agency. So let me know in the comments below what you think. Which Hisuians you are the most excited for to release in Generation 9. For me, it's probably Lilligant and Arcanine. Can't wait to use those two big physical attackers. Go ahead and give this vid a big like. We're trying to hit 2K likes by tomorrow. And go check out the Agency Winter Collection, folks. If you have not already, our beautiful premium line for the winter. Here for 2 more weeks. Go get yourself a nice crew, pants, whatever you like. And we'll see you guys later with the Showdown Live. Peace.